Greetings, every pony. This is your favorite Flippy Pony, Venomous Pie. You guys know me full well as the Pinkie Pie of this little group here. Well, welcome to another episode of Bronimaniacs Discuss. I have with me here today our Starlight Glimmer, which is Neon Blade.
Oh boy, we already start like that? That's gonna be good. Hello everyone.
We have our Twilight Sparkle, which is Mr. Shopwit.
Violet, get my soapbox.
Okay.
Speaking of which, we have our Fluttershy, Miss Violet Bloom.
Greetings, everyone.
We have our Applejack, Miss Wolfie.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
We have our Maud Pie, which is Little Looney.
You forgot to introduce Border.
And we have our Coco Pamel, which is Mr. Scapegoat.
Fashion.
Kind of strange that you were absent for this episode.
I was busy with the season.
Anyways, a couple announcements here. First off, we have a new main member amongst us. Please say hello to our new rarity, which Purple Puma.
Allow me to make this fashion podcast more fabulous, darling.
Teach me, senpai. Teach me.
Oh yeah, now we have two freezing ponies in the Colvilles.
Oh my god.
And finally, we have our special guest who is returning for another route on this podcast. Please welcome back SnivyShy.
Hey everyone, I'm back again.
And yes, his picture will work as a billboard, so it'll always be present.
Yes.
So, anyways, you know how the shindig works. We go in a random order, and we talk about one positive for this episode. Then we will go in reverse order for our negative, which is also one negative. And the episode we'll be talking about will be Fake It Till You Make It. So, yeah, Neon, since you're gonna jump out pretty soon here, do you want to go first?
Okay, good point.
Alright, floor is yours, Neon.
My positive. Well, I guess I could go with the obvious thing, but that's a bit too easy. I think one thing I can say that's a positive thing is the portrayal of those other, well, pony sonas. Or what do you would you describe them? From Fluttershy, because even though they are completely different from her, it didn't feel forced or well, cringy as in a certain other episode. We just and that's actually what I like about it, since especially myself being in the retail industry with my job, I know exactly how it is that you have to somewhat turn your personality in order for the customers in one way or another. Maybe not to an extreme extent as in the fashion industry, but let's just say it can get to you pretty fast. Especially when you have to jump. Well, I don't know it the most part from my time when I was working at McDonald's. It's like when you have young customers or kids with them, or you have the adults or even seniors which have no idea what's going on, so to speak. And I think that's actually pretty well presented there, especially from how it's handled. I mean, I did had a laugh out of it from these special personalities, but I didn't feel as like that, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hmm. Alrighty then. I'm going to give the next point to. How about you, Sharp? Since I'm mentioned you're one of your favorite episodes.
Oh, boy.
Whatever you do, don't
I
trigger
will say
someone.
nothing. I would not comment about that. I will just prepare my sword.
I take my leave then. See ya.
Run, you run!
Oh my gosh, that was perfect. Anyways, continue on. It's your turn, Sharp. Go ahead.
Anyways, what I like about this episode is the contrast to the previous episode, which is the moral. Because as we all know, I didn't like the message in the previous episode. However, I like the message that is told in this episode, and maybe I should start emulating Doctor Who because that's the pointless. Even now, I probably did a bad job. Anyways, because this is actually, I like the message that is sent in this episode by building your confidence, but not by pretending you are someone else. Because that's actually the, in my opinion at least, that's actually the false sense of confidence you are building you, because it's not, you are not building your confidence. You're building the confidence of someone else. You are not the person that you are not. It's in my opinion, it's one of those false senses that given by this given by this method. You should build the confidence by yourself. Like for example, currently I'm in the job that it's not currently my specialty, but yeah, and I have to build my confidence. And I even made a joke that maybe to show myself in a better way, I just have to emulate Finn the Pony. But the thing is, it was kind of a half of a joke. Because I wouldn't be trying to be Finn the Pony. However, I would take some example of how he is and why people like him, and just take some notes. But I would try to do this as myself, not as a Finn the Pony wannabe. This is also the thing with this episode. That's why this episode is actually much better in my eyes than previous, because moral works.
Interesting point.
Yeah, I also have more examples for my, but then again, that's for later talk. Do I have to even say who I pick for next?
Nope. By all means, take it away, Violet.
Okay. Well, the one positive for this episode, well, I have to say the main six and how well they know Fluttershy, like what did she would not do. I mean, first of all, they were all really busy with their work. Rainbow Dash was practicing for a Wonderbolt show. Twilight was busy setting up the new curriculum for the school, and so on and so forth. But yet they still have time to forget about all of that, drop it, and go and help Fluttershy because the raccoons were saying that she was being mean to them and completely out of character. In other words, she was really not being herself. So, yeah, and that's especially true for Rarity because she's like she calls them raccoons and she's like, well, why did you say that in the first place? It's like, why didn't you just say that Fluttershy was so mean to her animal friends? I would have instantly said, okay, let's get to Manhattan quickly.
Also, Also, don't forget your fainting couch ready because I think Pinky would need it.
Yeah.
The raccoon certainly needed that fainting couch.
Make a smaller version. It'll work.
I mean, she does have a party can, and not for every creature that is the design matching all the main things. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a fainting couch for Pinky standard.
You got anything else about it?
No, and speaking of rarity, I'm gonna pass love to the new rarity of our group.
Alright, take it away, Puma.
Alrighty then. So if I had to give my positive, I gotta say, in my opinion, it was very well constructed. I mean, yeah, I agree with Violet on the fact that the main six did kind of forget their main things they had at the beginning of the episode when Rarity was asking them to see who could take over before Fluttershy. But besides the point, that I gotta say, I will go with the obvious choice that I did like the multiple fate personalities and stuff Fluttershy had to try and keep these customers happy in their own way. But one thing did occur to me while I was watching, and it got me thinking. If to people in the chat who know about this, or anyone else here that knows about this, you know what the abbreviation for MPD means, right?
No.
Multiple personality
MPD.
disorder.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it made me think about like multiple personality. Sure, yeah, obviously Fluttershy does not have a disorder, but I mean, it made me think about like how people with that disorder would act towards people, and it made me like think of this as an example, just like take Fluttershy being a gothic pony, gothic pony towards the other to the gothic stallion, and it made me like think like, like if she really did have a personality disorder, like what other personalities would she resort to if this were the case? Like it was just like a little interesting thing to think about, honestly. But and other than that, it made you like really think like those customers, for one, the customers really needed to like really not be so crude about how like, oh, if you're not like this, then I will not buy this from you. It's just like, it was, I don't know. It was just weird, but like it's a good moral. I think it was all right moral all around. Otherwise, making it a good comedic episode, and yeah, Fluttershy learning yet another lesson and stuff.
Alright, who did pass it
Oh,
out?
yeah.
It's not like this is the first time Fluttershy's had a different personality.
Well, yeah, that is true. I mean,
Right.
For the
think back to,
guy, for the Hulk, for the bat, etc.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But either way, this episode, quote unquote, fabulous.
Who did pass it
Anyway.
up to?
That roughs it up to me. So I'll pass it off to AKA Coco Pamel.
Alright.
Alright. I'll say that my positive is just how the store and all the dresses and things look in the shop. The shop looks so beautiful in the new episode.
Agreed.
And I can see it inspiring a lot of new fashion for it. I just like the designs of all the different things in it. Even that old-timey cash register and
Yeah, it looked like the store had made some updates since the last time we saw it.
Yeah, it made a lot of updates from there.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of different clothes and fashion designs. It sort of gave me an idea of more of what city ponies would wear, because there was a little bit, but they didn't really get too much into it in other episodes, what sorts of fashion are big in Canner lot.
To put it simply, business is booming.
Yeah. I'd say I like the fashion and the interiors and like the design stuff of the episode.
Alright, you want to pass it over?
Okay. I'll pass it to Looney.
Okay, let's just pull up my notes here. Yeah. Not to sound obvious, but watching Fluttershy take on all those different personalities, well, she did get carried away. Well, actually, pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
Sure, it led to her throwing out her friends, but when Fluttershy taught like a valley girl, then as a golf chick, just totally blew my mind.
Okay, side note, the way she threw her friends out of the store was just gosh darn hilarious.
Yeah, I'll get to that later, but
Fluttershy, you troll.
I just liked all Fluttershy's many different personalities and all the different voices that went along with them.
This is something I want to point out, but I'll wait till it's my turn.
Like, I have to give props to Envia Lim for managing to pull off all those many different voices.
Hmm. You all set, Looney?
Yeah, that's pretty much my positive.
Alright, who to pass it off to?
Let's see, who hasn't gone yet?
Me, Wolfie, and Snivy.
See, I'll give it to Snivy.
Okay. So I guess my main positive for this is how how fast Fluttershy was able to change into her different personas. Literally, it took her only like a second, and she's already dressed into her next persona.
Time to become Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
Go off screen, come back, and just like, oh, okay, I'm this one now.
There was even a moment where she was like behind something, and like as soon as she was on the other side, and she was already changed and everything.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of another favorite scene of mine when Brody had to fire her 3 times.
Off-screen shenanigans are awesome.
So yeah, it's just crazy, and it reminds me of Pinkie Pie how fast she could do things in like a second. It's crazy.
Hey, here's a theory. Maybe there really were 3 different Fluttershys. Maybe she fell into the mirror pool.
They just switched them.
Dun.
That's actually kind of plausible. But anyways, I can answer that in 2 words. Cartoon logic.
Yep.
You can never explain the logic in a cartoon. Never.
Don't even bother trying.
Your brain will literally get a cramp and explode.
Just take a look at Bugs Bunny and how many times he changed his outfits.
True.
Oh man. Well, let's not get into Looney.
Bugs Bunny is Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny doesn't have to make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ain't I a stinker?
What's up, Doc?
Okay.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Alright, who to pass it off to?
Let's pass it off to you.
Oh, you pass it off to me?
Yeah.
The off-screen shenanigans pony herself.
Alright, my turn. My positive for the episode is definitely the comedy of this. I mean, there was more about the episode as a whole, but I thought that the whole Fluttershy's personas bit was just gosh darn funny. I especially love one of the lines with the hipster shy, as I like to call her. I can't remember how exactly it went, but oh shoot, I forgot what line it was. It was so gosh darn funny. It's probably not gonna leave ahead of a sudden baby dragon for quite a long time. But anyways, and I especially love how Fluttershy just kind of threw the main 6 out of the shop. I mean, just okay, we'll talk this over and see your 2 cents. Slam the door.
Okay, guys, where's the others?
Oh, Dion is in the D&D session, and we're not sure what Blitzy is.
Okay, so
We don't have a Blitzy. We have a Trixie.
Yes, we have a Trixie. Where are we in the podcast so I can catch up?
Positives.
We're nearly
positives.
finished with our positives.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, guys, just go ahead. I'll just wait in the background.
Okay.
Then wasn't that joke you were looking for something about woke?
Alright. Back to what I was saying. But I think, I was trying to remember where I left off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really do like the comedy of this episode. And also, there's something I want to point out for one of her designs.
Yeah.
The first outfit that Fluttershy wore when she took over the shop. Do you all recognize her main style?
Isn't that the one that made by her brother? You back in the Flutter brother?
Nope.
It looks like Rarities from that one episode.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the same main style that Rarity had in Nightmare Boone's timeline in the season 5 finale.
Oh wow, you're totally right. I completely forgot about that.
I thought that was a nice touch, and I think it could also be a piece of foreshadowing if you think about it.
Huh.
Alright. That's about it for me, and I guessing, let's see. You know what, since our Trixie has arrived, I'll pass it off to you, David.
Okay, so we're doing positives?
Yep.
Okay. My positive for this episode, I mean, it was really well paced, first of all. I mean, this has been a really good continuation for Fluttershy's character arc. More so because she played multiple roles. And I mean, like I said in a post earlier this last day, I said Andrea just nailed it out of the park for her performance as Fluttershy, doing all those shop owner ponies, like the main, what were they called? The Manhattanites?
I believe so.
Yeah, you know, having the snooty and the goth Fluttershy, and the stuck-up Fluttershy, like I was just wow, I was just enjoying myself, you know. That's my positive. I mean, like I don't know about the other characters, like Rarity. She was kind of on the side because she wasn't really focused on this episode, even though she did, you know, leave the Fluttershy to mind her shop. But yeah, I mean, the positive was Fluttershy for me.
You know, I'm betting they wrote this episode just so they could show off Andrea Lemon's vocal talent.
Oh well, you know what? She not only in this episode, but in previous episodes, she just like nailed it. Like I can't believe how much they give her to play with on the script. You know. Anyways, yeah, that's my positives.
Alright. And I think Wolfie's all that's left, so go right ahead.
My turn?
Yep, you're the last one.
I'd actually say positive for this episode for me would be with Rarity encouraging Fluttershy, even though she knows that Fluttershy is more timid, more calm, more placid of the group. Having the confidence that Fluttershy would be able to manage the shop without any hindrance, unbeknownst to her, later events of the episode. But Rarity saying, "It's fine, darling. You can handle it. You can, you know, do this." That's pretty much mine. That's all I got.
Alright, what's your one negative?
The fact that Fluttershy got out of control. Like, she just became downright mean and vicious and pretty much similar to the way she's acting and putting your hoof down. Just not out of her character, not her normal, nice, calm, kindness that she's known for.
Okay.
Hey, you know what they say though? They're not flawless.
Well, yeah, you
It
know
sounds
what?
like you're a big stick.
That makes a good ideal about that song they were singing in the earlier episodes. But they're not flawless.
Yeah, I mean, the standalone message of that song was fantastic, but it was just in the wrong episode.
Yeah.
But besides that, that's beside the point. So, anything else you got, Wolfie?
That's all I have for the negative as well.
Alright, your turn, David.
Okay. Negatives. This is actually a big toughie for me because there was so much going on in the episode. I guess what I didn't like is how Rarity left in such a hurry. Like when Fluttershy said, "Wait, aren't you gonna stay and give me some more pointers and stuff?" I know Rarity was in a hurry to catch the train to
Candelot.
Sorry. And she was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, darling, I can't help but stay." And Fluttershy, you can see it in Fluttershy, she was really nervous, and she was like, "Well, I just need a little bit more, oomph to get going." And Fluttershy's like, "I can't stay, darling, I have to go." And she's just like runs out the door, and Fluttershy's like, "Okay, I don't know how to do this." And I know Rarity said that she, handled confidence before, and her shyness is going away, but we have to stick with the ideal that Fluttershy is still her character, because shy is in her name, and it's not like it can be like Flutter Bold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can't just switch her over and say, well, Fluttershy is now Flutter Bold. Her character arc just goes out the window. But that was my negative, how Rarity just left her high and dry.
Yeah, she's not Flutter Bold anymore, she's Flutter Goth.
Thank you, Looney.
Nice.
Yay.
So, okay, that's for my negatives.
Alright, my turn. And before I start my negative, I remembered the line that I was talking about earlier. It's when the first time that Fluttershy goes hipster. Just, okay, I've got like this high-key savage look for you. It's a totally live ensemble with a little like thingies that sparkle and make the whole squad go, "Whoa, that pony is woke."
I swear, everybody just loves that line.
I'll be.
You sound just like a goth.
I will be so shocked if that line doesn't become a meme.
Oh, just give it time. Give it time.
Oh man, Fluttershy 2018.
I'll give it until the end of the week.
But anyways, my negatives. Okay, I do have a negative, and it's a pretty big one. Sharp, I do agree that the message alone is really good. However, there is a negative implication here. Like, specifically when Fluttershy tried to apologize to the raccoons, she said, I'm sorry that I wasn't really myself, but you guys know that I'm just pretending, right? When I first heard that, I was like, Fluttershy, are you sure you're not doing this on purpose?
Well, it almost seemed like that, too.
Yeah, it seemed a little condescending, huh?
She was really playing the characters really well. And I was like, is she still pretending, or is she still...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
The guy said it perfectly. She said, "Hey, hello, we're your friends." Like, why would you dish your friends?
I mean, ignore the fact that the ending is very half-baked. Just that one line just really set off a lot of negative implications for how Fluttershy was acting, and as a result, it kind of muddies the waters of the message a little bit.
Hmm.
That's just how I feel. It does it degrade my enjoyment for the episode? No, but it kind of ruined what would have been a fantastic episode and made it just good. Anyways, I'm finished with that, so it's your turn, Snivy.
Well, for my main negative, I kind of agree with David with, like, Rarity should have known that Fluttershy wouldn't been ready right there and then, you know?
Hmm.
And, like, why not get someone else like Coco? Like, what's Coco doing, you know?
Yeah,
She
what?
could help.
Yeah, exactly. Where was Coco Pomel?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry. It's Miss Palmel right now because of some legalist thing.
Who's a stuck-up pony now? No, I was kidding.
Yeah. I just thought that Rarity should give, like, a heads up or something to these train Fluttershy or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she should have had somebody to at least back Fluttershy up, you know?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there another pony that should theoretically be there?
Well, there was Sassy Saddles, but she was with Rarity, you know?
Well, she runs the one in Canterbury.
Canterlot,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost Coco Pomel in this episode.
I don't know, we haven't seen her in a
heard
while.
on the boutique.
Where is Miss Pamel?
Like, why couldn't they just write her in just a little bit, just to give Coco some more screen time?
Honestly, if
Pomel's like season 6.
Honestly, if I were Rarity, Miss Pomel would be the first pony to ask because she knows her personally. She has a great knowledge of fashion, and just basically she is the most qualified for the job.
Yeah.
That is very true.
But, you could have had her put in there and say, "Well, I wish I could, but I'm busy with several orders of my own, so unfortunately I can't make it." Or have her still be sick. Just give her a reason for her to be absent. That would have been fine.
So again, she would be sick.
Well,
that's just an idea.
Yeah, it's just
to take her out of there.
Yeah,
since season 6, that's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, I was only using that as an example.
Mm-hmm. and the best part about that is that I would love to see Coco and Fluttershy interact more. That'd be neat.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, they do have a similar little personality there, but only a little.
And before we get an episode about Fluttershy, Coco Pomel, and Mobile Pie. All three Shy ponies in one.
The Shy Sisters.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Alright, Looney, your turn.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Fluttershy took a role playing a little too seriously. I know you found this scene funny, Venom, but when it's not just trash talking and tossing out of friends, it's a little hard for me to watch. It felt kind of out of character for her to do that, not to mention it gave me vibes of putting your hoof down.
Yeah, except I thought this did a better job of it than putting your hoof down did, but that's just me.
Yeah, regardless, it's a very minor negative, and it doesn't really take away my enjoyment of the episode.
I mean, I did thought that role was funny, but at the same time, yeah, that was harsh on Fluttershy. I'm not denying that. I just thought the way it was executed was really funny.
I just feel she was slightly out of character in this episode.
Well, she actually was, because that was the point of the episode. But you're right about that, Looney. I mean, it was really hard to see her slam the door in her friend's face just like that. I was like, oh, come on.
And Looney, you do have an interesting point. I kind of view this as a commentary towards role players. Like, I love role playing. I do it like almost all the time whenever I'm online. I have a lot of fun doing it. But there are times where people take role playing way too seriously, and as a result, it derails the enjoyment, and also it can create a lot of problems.
Well, if it's possible this episode was meant to be meta like that.
I doubt that was intentional, but that was that was what I got from it.
Well, I mean, we've had episodes like Fame and Misfortune before, which was very, very meta.
Well, but that was more obvious goal in this case. Right now, in this episode, I don't know if that was the goal to actually make a jab towards the role-playing community.
It was more implied than anything.
Yeah, and a lot of.
Or if anything, that was more like an accident in the unforeseen consequence. If you
gives that
want.
sense, Sharpwit, about being a happy accident. You know, because sometimes they're like, "Hey, we're pointing at you, audience," but then again, we're pointing over you and you and you specifically.
Wait, happy accident? I didn't know Sharpwit was Bob Wallace.
Oh.
Okay, so let's call this the unforeseen consequence or side effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my negative.
Alright, who's next? That would be Scapegoat.
Okay, I'd say for my negative, it's the fact that I don't understand how raccoons from the city knew even where her friends lived. It kind of was weird that they could take a train all the way back to Ponyville and find them.
Yeah, that was the only part of the episode. Go on.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. That's
I just found that a little bit of a nitpick.
Oh, just say is that cartoon logic again.
Yeah, go on, Violet.
They probably know where Fluttershy came from and where the others are because, well, they know Rarity since they work with her.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was just saying it was just a little bit of a nitpick because they live in a city and how they knew to navigate around the town.
That did make that was a little bit forced to me. I mean,
how did they got there? That one I understand, but how did they know where to go? That one is because that one's because they work with Rarity, so of course they know from her.
Yeah,
I'll buy that reason.
Yeah, I just found it.
How did they know to find Twilight and Spike in the school, though?
Yeah,
I think
it's not very hard. Yeah, she either was in a castle or in a library or
how can the animals
building that
grew
grew right next to the castle.
Like, is that a building over there? Okay. Because animals in general have a sense of location and a sense of feel when it comes to rushing things, I guess.
Yeah, it was just giving me silly vibes watching it, thinking of raccoons aboard the train going down.
we have tons of money.
Well, I'm a pony. I'm not an animal.
I don't know. It just was a bit odd to me. It's not
raccoons get on the train freely.
It's not really a deal breaker. Just a bit strange how it happened, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll say it's.
Yeah, even by my standards, this show could get weird.
That's about all I got.
Hey, they could have been stowaways.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Scapegoat?
No.
Alright, your turn, Puma.
Okay. To be honest, finding a negative. Pretty much most of my negatives that I had has pretty much already been said more or less, so I don't have much to add to this. But yeah, I guess if I were to repeat something, I would have to bandwagon with the fact that Rarity shouldn't have left that soon, since keeping in mind that she did decide to try and attempt to go back and help her, but then she walks into the first stallion that went into the shop and seemed pleased, and then she says she still has time to make it. So I guess she could have stayed just for a little extra time to help Fluttershy out, but like I said, it's already been said. So yeah, I don't have much else.
Alright. Your turn, Violet.
Okay, let's see here. That I want to say, but hasn't already been said by you guys. Okay, here's one.
We're listening.
Rarity did not focus on her centerpiece the most from the very beginning if she was that stuck?
I'm not quite following.
She basically said that the centerpiece for her fashion show is foundation, as in of her entire collection.
Oh.
Why did she leave something that important to right at the very end, right to the fashion show? I mean, I know artist block, but sheesh, now that's what I call a big delay.
Or laziness.
Fashion block.
Well,
Applejack hates procrastination.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be fair, ponies in general do have a nasty habit of planning something at the last minute. But to wrap up,
When to wrap up is just a bit of a habit because that's what everyone had done every year. This one is just something new for Rarity, so she's not used to it and everything.
Point taken.
Yeah, touche.
That's good.
You got anything else, Violet?
No, that's pretty much it.
Alright, your turn, Sharpwit.
And now before I pass it to Sharpwit, here's the soapbox.
Oh. Soapbox is yours, Sharp.
Okay. Ready, darling? You're an idiot. You were asking ponies, your friends. Okay, fine. You were trying to find friends who you can trust. However, you were asking your friends who have no experience in selling or in fashion, and you were expecting them to know everything and be enough helpful in the industry in not even an hour. Because here's the thing. I know from my personal experience, when you are in a new setting, like a new job, it's not like you just, for example, the shopping. It's not like the owner of the shop will just put you in the cash register an hour after you get hired. No, you have to work for a few days, get to know the everything you are selling, where it is, for what it is, how it works, stuff like this. It takes days or even weeks to fully know things like that. This is just too complicated. Because if the owner would try to put you on the cash register right off the bat, you could make a big mess and put the whole place in trouble, like financial trouble or even legal trouble in that matter.
Well, in that case, I just can say welcome in the German working.
And thank you for interrupting me. Next time, I will mute someone. I'm not joking.
Didn't I tell everyone to be quiet while he's busy on a roll?
Okay,
sorry.
I'm down.
Like seriously, it's the second time I got interrupted today.
Okay, relax. It's okay.
Okay.
Anyways, like I was saying, fine. Thank you, Neon. I lost the train of thoughts.
You were saying...
You were technically speaking about putting someone unexperienced just behind the cash register, which could cause immense trouble for the company if they're not properly trained.
Thank you, Dingus. Yeah, but that's the thing. No shop owner or no boss would do things like that because it's too risky. And even when you would be put in the cash register, you wouldn't be put unsupervised. So, in other words, you wouldn't be put alone to help customers and and cash register things and sell things. You always need to have the supervisor if you are new to the topic. And Rarity did another big mistakes by leaving Fluttershy alone with herself, the shop, and raccoons. But come on, that's the right. not to be racist, but that's the raccoons. So maybe they may knew something too, but they're not exactly qualified to be supervisor. So in other words, it's another example of Rarity being a total idiot. In recent times, every episode with the Rarity, she's an idiot. The only example where she wasn't an idiot was it is the main thing about you. But however, with all instances of Rarity being an idiot, the next time that happens, I will update my list, making Rarity my least favorite of the main 6 and the main characters. I'm sorry, but she in recent times she's absolute total idiot.
What about where the investigates?
That was before the streak of being an idiot.
Okay.
So
just double checking.
So basically, what you were saying, Sharp, is that it started from Spice Up Your Life. Am I correct?
I didn't catch that exactly.
Okay. Basically, more of the story, Barry. When it comes to like running a fashion business, never hire friends.
You would think she would have learned that lesson after Honest Apple.
Well,
and once again, she could have tried to find.
Yeah, the thing with Rarity is that it's hard to write these characters because we know them so well, but when they slip up, it's like, well, that's it. We can't forgive and forget. Like, we realize that she's a very busy pony. She has how many shops? 1, 2. But forgetting about that is that the point is that she shouldn't have her friends run her work. Like, she should be there. I know she's only one pony, okay? I get that. But she has Coco Pamela, she has Sassy Saddles, she has all these other assistants to help her. Why does she need Twilight or Fluttershy or, the others to run her business?
Because she was taking all of her assistants to Canterlot?
I was about to say that, yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Sassy Saddles actually is in Canterlot. She runs the Canterlot boutique.
And 2 words, plot convenience.
Also, to your point, Sharp, that is exactly what happened with my first training job as well. Not in 2 days. I already had to take care of customers and had I had to sell 80 square meters of flooring, even though I had no idea at all about the wood types, about the colors, about how it's actually been used to how you probably work with the wood. That's exactly the same.
That's exactly what my experience is. I got even the basic training of the cash register after a week of working there, and even then I'm not taking all the registers because some of them requires things beyond my knowledge and competence. Competence. That's more like I was looking for. Because I am actually not qualified to actually do certain things when it comes to registers in my specific case. And even still, I'm like a 3rd week or so in this job, and I still don't exactly know everything about. So I'm still learning. And Rarity was expecting from Fluttershy things that sometimes took weeks to learn in minutes.
Well, I guess you could say that's another proof that Rarity has some German heritage. I mean, they're expecting the same thing from us in Germany in almost every job, so... I guess Canterlot is canon to be Germany or something? I don't know.
My goodness.
I mean, hey, to be fair, in Rarity Investigates, we had the Black Forest chocolate cake. Rarity herself said in the Celero episode, she said in Self-Pledge Gesundheit, which is the German word for it. Now the training time and the fact that the voice actor has actually German roots as well. So it's kind of hard to argue against it.
You know what? I think that makes up an interesting point that this show is going international.
That's what I mean. Cancel out of Germany. That begs the question: what would be Poland then?
What would be Poland?
Anyways, I think we're going severely off tangents here.
Crystal Empire.
Yeah, we have.
I think we should wrap this up.
Take it away.
Aren't there someone else to actually talk about the episode? I mean, a certain dingus.
Your turn, Neon.
Love you too, but yeah. Okay, I'm not sure if the negative has already been taken because I was trying to take to keep track of the podcast, but only a little bit quiet. And that is actually the quick redemption, or better said, the curse of the 20 minutes, so to speak, at the end of the episode. I mean, it is understandable that Fluttershy quickly realized that she was doing jack shit with those personas, but the fact that she was dropping those 3 just like come and go, I find it a little bit upsetting. I mean, it's not like if you're really into a role like that you can just flip the switch and it's over. And you can immediately remember everything that happens.
I see what you mean.
I find if they would have at least showed like when the raccoons were in Ponyville and reporting everything, there was a quick view on Fluttershy in the background, like she is aware that something is going wrong with her plan of those 3 personalities. Like she does realize it. Maybe not the fact that she accidentally called them rodents, maybe that not, but like she does see that, and she does get a bad feeling about it. If that would have been shown, then I would have actually excused the quick redemption. But like that's not really.
I can see what you mean. Alright, I think it's time we give out our ratings for the episode. Before we go, I want to announce some of the ratings from the people who unfortunately are unable to make it. Yoshi gave the episode a 4.5. Crimson gave the episode a 4. Drizzle gave it a 4.5. And Bloodsy, who was originally going to be here but couldn't make it due to unforeseen circumstances, he gave it a 4.5.
Huh.
So, Leon, what would you give it?
The episode was not completely hit and miss. I mean, it did show the core problem in a pretty positive, in a good way, so to speak. Not too over dramatic. Although like I already said, the ending was a little bit too rushed, or the solution was too rushed a bit. So, I guess I'm going for 4 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
But it's definitely an improvement to the other episodes that the writer has done.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is definitely an improvement for Josh Hamilton.
That is the proof that you can learn. I'm looking at you, Honest Apple.
And you know Josh Hamilton episode is actually good when Bolt was like it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Isn't that a shocker?
Anyway, your turn, Sharp. What would you give it?
In my case, it would be like 3.5 out of 5 because, okay, moral is fine. There are some funny moments and stuff, but the problem with another example of Reddy being a total idiot, the cringe I had experienced during the middle part of the whole jumping between personas, and when Neon also said that too quick redemption, actually broke this episode a little bit for me. It's not the the mod couple level of bad. However, it's not also. The episode is not bad by all means. It's okay, fine, but some things broke it for me.
That's fair. Alright, Violet?
Give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh, okay. I'm detecting lots of 4s here. Anyways. Puma? What would you give it?
I'd have to give it a 4 out of 5. 4.5. I mean, whoops.
Okay. I'm sensing a pattern here. Alright. Scapegoat?
I give it a 4. May the 4s be with you.
4 is the magic number.
I see what you did there. Oh my goodness, gravy.
Yeah, this podcast was good enough for me. I apologize in advance.
Oh, for the love of...
Please, no more 4 puns.
Save me.
Alright, Looney?
I'll give it a 4.5.
Okay. 4.5 it is. I think I already have that. I guess not. Alright. So I thought I had it already down when you told me the rating. Guess not. Professionalism, my pony. Alright, Snivy, what would you give it?
It is a 4.
Pardon?
A 4?
Mm-hmm.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were coming a little robotic.
Oh yeah, you're getting really robotic now.
The robots will set you free. Just kidding.
Alright, my turn. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give this episode a 4 out of 5 as well. But here's the thing. This episode could have been fantastic. But due to some nitpicks and a really unfortunate implications of Fluttershy's attitude, it really boggled down my rating quite a bit. This could have been a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, or even a 5 out of 5, because this episode did present a lot of chuckles out of me. And the bowl on its own is pretty good, even if the presentation kind of muddied the waters. So, with that said, I'm giving this episode a 4 out of 5. It's still enjoyable despite its problems. David?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow you up on that then. With my rating, it probably was a 4 out of 5 for me too. This is actually one of the episodes that were stronger, in my opinion. A lot of good things happen. Like you said, I did get a few laughs out of this episode. Fluttershy's character was really good, even though she was, again, role playing as the shop owners. But it was one of the stronger episodes.
Alright.
Like I would say it's totally the best episode of season 8 so far.
I prefer School Days, but that's the same.
The opening was great. I love the opening premiere. The School Days, yeah. With the other characters, the yak and the pony and the changeling and the frosted flakes.
Wait, frosted flakes.
They're great.
Wolfie?
4 out of 5.
4? 4 out of 5?
Yep, 4 out of 5, because there is quite a few things that kind of Could have been great. A few things could have been handled better, but
Yeah, I see what you mean. Alright, so give me a second here. Yeah, I got a lot of things to add here. Again, professionalism, every pony.
Yes.
Yes, we must be professional.
Life in general.
Life in general.
You know, a live stream is professional. There's no silence for a few seconds.
Okay, I give it a 5 because there are ponies in it.
Alright, guys. I gotta figure it out. It's kind of obvious. So the overall group rating for Fake It Till You Make It is a 4 out of 5.
Huh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I kind of saw that coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could make a forced pun here, but I'm not going to.
We had enough of those already. Thank you.
Yeah, please no more.
Forced pun, anyone?
Yeah, may good fortune smile upon everyone.
End this now.
Please help.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be here all week.
Yeah, I think that's so cute. Thank you all so much for joining us for this week's podcast. Tune in next week, and it's gonna be an interesting one. Because next week is the new episode, Granny's Gone Wild.
This time alone sounds interesting.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Sounds amazing.
Very interesting.
Okay. I gotta say this right now. Okay. I read the premise for the episode, and it sounds very, very promising. Don't screw this up!
Yeah, because we all know that the premise and the actual episode are two different things.
Just because the premise sounds promising doesn't mean it'll live up to its potential.
Some point
Looking at you, Martin Recreation.
Only one way to find out.
Cough some point and watch over me, cough.
Next time on Pony Ball Z.
Oh my god. Make that a thing, Bandy Namki.
Wait, I want to watch my show, Pony Falls.
That being
Anything like Gravity Falls?
that being said, I'll see you guys next week for Granny's Gone Wild. Peace.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
And
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Rainbows.
Before we wrap, I almost forgot. Before we wrap up, thank you, SnivyShy, for being our special guest once again.
No problem.
And full credit to the artwork of SnivyShy goes to our sweetie belle, Katie Rosie. So even though she didn't take part in this podcast, she still kind of did.
She's here in spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
That being said, may the floof be with you.